Well, hello, this is Rose RCG Creations. How's it going? We're bringing to you today, let's make something different, and I'm going to get out of my comfort zone. Excuse me, sorry about that. Pineapple Jalapeno Chicken, and my comfort zone that I'm getting out of is I'm going to learn how to use our Ninja Foodie, which is similar to an air fryer. Because this recipe I got online has a recipe to do it on the air fryer, and that's what we're going to try to do, because this year 2025 I'm going to try to learn to get out of my comfort zone and do things that I normally wouldn't do. So get yourself a blender. Can't be any easier than this. You want to marinate this at least 4 to 12 hours. I think it says 4 to 12 hours. Yeah, 4 to 24 hours before you plan to cook it. So, we're going to cook it for tonight's dinner. So, I'm using my Ninja blender. This is just me. I like to use these little Velcros because I hate cords all over the place. So, I always keep a whole bunch of these in my house, my kitchen. And let's plug this baby in. Okay. Now let's go straight to the ingredients. Whichever you just put everything in the blender, then you're going to marinate it with the chicken. Okay, so we're going to do 2 pounds of boneless skinless chicken, which is in the fridge. 10 ounces of pineapple. This one is 20 ounces. So I'm only going to use half of this. Or you know what? Let me get myself a spoon because I'm only going to be using half. I'm using what I have. I'm not going to go to any extra effort. So, let me get a spoon so I can only use half. And while I do this, let me get my chicken out of the fridge. And we can get ready for that. I apologize, I should have been already done, but sadly I didn't do it. Okay. So, let's just pre-measure. I do like these pull top tabs. So if you're going to be out and about somewhere you don't have electrical, here you go. Okay. And it just says pineapple drained. So I'll just drain the excess liquid. If a little bit goes in there, not a big deal. I'm not really going to worry about it. I'm going to try to just use about half of this since this is a 20 ounce. And again, I'm just going to eyeball it because I don't think we necessarily have to be totally precise. I could be wrong. We'll find out. I've never made this and I haven't heard of it before. But until I started learning having to cook and bake from scratch, I'm learning a bunch of new things. And we're getting to taste new meals we are not used to doing. But we do a lot of the same old. Like yesterday, we ended up having, I'll put a link in the description box. One of these days I'll learn how to do the little hyperlink, but I tried it and I just can't get it. So if anybody knows how to do it, please put in the comments how to do it, or send me an email to my rcgcreations@gmail on how to do it. What they call that little box, it'll pop up here and it pops up the video. I really would like to learn how to do it, but I don't know how. I've tried. I spent hours and hours and hours on it. It's like, ugh, I just don't have it. I'm just not computer savvy. Okay, that's about, let me just do one more scooper. Okay, so let's get this out of the way. Okay, so we're going to add 10 ounces of pineapple drained. 1/2 fresh jalapeno. Went ahead and had some because I got jalapenos. I got extra because I saved the seeds so I can dry them out myself. And I can plant them in my garden for this spring coming up. So 1 jalapeno. I'm only going to do 1 because I don't want it to be overly spicy. But I think with the pineapple it's not going to be overly spicy. It's going to be, I think, just enough for a kick. Because that was a pretty big size jalapeno. Because it just says 1/2 fresh jalapeno, but I'm doing 1 whole one. I like a little kick. I don't like a lot of kick, but I like a little kick. And with the pineapple juice, the pineapple, I think that's going to sweeten it out. 3 cloves of garlic, 3 garlic cloves peeled. Ooh, I forgot to get my, okay, yeah. Sorry, y'all, I forgot. I thought I had everything together, but I didn't. I'm going to apologize. Garlic. I had my garlic in little baggies. I should have taken it out, but I didn't. But it says about 3 garlic cloves, and this is about 3 garlic cloves, which is a little Ziploc baggie, which is about 4 tablespoons. So I think that's going to be close enough to 3. It'll be easier if it was thawed out, but that's okay. I don't think I'm going to do all 3 just in case, because I can always add garlic after it comes out of the marinade. So I'm going to leave this out and put it in the fridge. That don't want to break. It's frozen solid. I'm going to break it myself. There we go. And when you have stuff like this, you can do it because it's your kitchen. So let me get those little pieces that fell out of the baggie. I'm going to do almost all of that. I think that's close enough. They'll save this in the fridge, so if I need to add more garlic, I will. Once I do the taste test before I go to cook it in 4 hours. Okay, 3 cloves garlic, 1/2 inch of fresh ginger. I'm not going to use fresh ginger. I ended up buying this. I think this is from Azure. It's called Fuji Ginger Syrup. And I've never bought this, but I liked what it says. You pour over your pancakes, your waffles, your ice cream. Add to a tea, cocktails, and fruit salads. This is one sweet guy. They call him the flapjack knob. And look at him. He's a little piece of ginger. You see that? Isn't he cute? And let's see, because it's got the sweetness. Because I'm using this is why I went ahead and did a 1 whole jalapeno. Because I think with the sweetness of the pineapple and the sweetness of this will be enough to offset the spicy of the jalapeno. Now, it may not be spicy enough for hubby, but I'm thinking it's going to be okay for me. I don't do spicy anymore. I love it, but it doesn't like me. Okay, let's see here. I'm just going to read a little bit to you. It says, this is one sweet guy. But beneath that darting demeanor, there's a wild side. When flapjack knobs isn't partying atop pancakes, he's making cocktail concentrations and kicking up his roots with his favorite syrup from Fuji. And this is supposed to be, it's an organic cane sugar or organic ginger. Store in the pantry, does not require refrigeration. So once you open it, you don't have to put it in the fridge. Just keep it in your pantry. And I don't see an expiration date on here. And I'm thinking because it's ginger, there isn't an expiration date. I don't see an expiration date anywhere at all. But let me give you the website in case somebody wants to look it up or purchase this for themselves. I'm 99% sure I got this from Azure Standard. And I'll put their little link in the description box too. I'm not an affiliate with them. I'll just put their link. So it says 1 inch. So I'm just going to pour. I'm thinking I'm doing okay, but I really don't know. Let's take a quick little taste. What does this thing taste like? Ooh, that's sweet. But you can taste the ginger. Let me move. I hate putting closing the lid on something sticky. It really isn't overly sticky, but it is a syrup. Oh, yeah. I can taste the ginger, but I can definitely taste the sweetness too. So I think between the pineapple and this, that is definitely going to be enough to offset the jalapeno. Okay, 1/4 cup of soy sauce. 1/4 cup. I knew it. I thought I had my soy sauce. I guess I didn't. Soy sauce, soy sauce, soy sauce. Let me get some more measuring cups. I ran out of those. We'll use the old trusty Pampered Chef measuring cup. Okay, we need 1/4 cup. Oops, that's metric. 1/4 cup. I keep mine in the squeeze bottle because hubby loves soy sauce. He uses it on all kinds of stuff. I don't. I only use it on recipes when it calls for it. Well, that sure is an awful lot of soy sauce. But oh well, it is what it is. This is a marinade, so I'm sure that's probably why. Oh, oops. Make sure you let go of the bottle before you move it. Okay. And with these little things like this, make sure you pour all the liquid out because it stores liquid in here. See how more liquid came out? Because what it does is it has a stopper based on the size that's marked right in here. Bear with me. See? More came out. Okay. I like these and I don't like them. Simple fact, see how messy it is? I'd rather just have a measuring cup. But there's your measurements, and you just move the little knob over to the measurements that you want. So they have a metric side, and then they have a cups size. Okay, so there's the, let me close this up before I spill it. Soy sauce. 1/4 cup of honey. Let's go back to 1/4 cup. 1/4 cup of honey. I do like my little mason jar holder. One-4 cup. Oops. I'll have to wipe that down because I can't stand putting stuff back in my pantry because you never know, little bugs or little critters. We have an exterminator, so we don't really have that issue, but it's better to be safe than sorry, so I just assume. Let me get up. I didn't bring my spoon. I'm just going to use this because I want to get all that goodiness out of here. This is honey. You know, I think with all this sweetness, I could easily put another jalapeno in there. You know what? I'm going to do it. Because I do like spicy, and hubby loves spicy. Let me just get a small one. I got some big ones, and I got a small one. See, that's a small one. Recipe did say only put in 1/2 fresh jalapeno, so. And if it's too much of a kick, I'll scrape all the marinade off my chicken. Okay, 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. This is my homemade apple cider vinegar. And I just use the same bottle because I like the size of this bottle. Store-bought bottle. When it emptied out, I just refilled it with my homemade apple cider vinegar. 1/4 cup. That's going to need to get wiped. I always, again, I'm going to wipe it before I put it away. 1/4 cup of oil. I'm just using regular canola oil. I want to hurry up and get rid of this. I've only got like half a big old gallon jar left. Because I know canola oil is not good for you. But I'm frugal, Rosa. I'm not going to waste it. I'm going to use it. So I'm almost done with this. And I will not be purchasing canola oil anymore. Unless I'm dead broke and I'm desperate and I need oil. But otherwise, no. Because I know canola oil is not good for me. I've done a lot of reading. You do your own reading and research. Do what's best for you. But for me and hubby, this is what I'm going to be doing. But again, I'm not going to be I'm frugal, so I'm going to use what I got. 1/2 teaspoon pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to omit that right now because I'm going to wait and add that at the very end just before I cook it. So it has time to marinate. I know I should be doing it now, but I'm not going to. That's just my choice. Again, this is your kitchen. You do you. See how quiet this little ninja blender is? This little ninja blender is over 15 years old. We got it as a wedding gift. Okay. Because it says just stick it all together and then blend it. Let me make sure I'm reading my directions correctly. Remove any extra fat from the meat and place it in a Ziploc bag or shallow dish. And I'm going to use my marinated dish. In a blender, add all the marinade ingredients and blend until smooth. Pour marinade over meat and fully coat all the meat in the marinade. Marinate for 4 to 24 hours. Then we're going to cook. So I think we are done. Let's... Ooh, you could definitely taste it. Let's do a quick little taste test. Just gonna be me and hubby. I'm gonna double dip. Somebody else is gonna have. I'm making enough just for dinner. It's not overly spicy. I think I could easily add another jalapeno. And I think it's because of all that sweetness between the pineapple, the honey, and the Fuji syrup, ginger syrup. Because I don't taste. I'm going to add another pepper. I don't taste any pepper. And you know how sometimes you don't taste pepper till a little bit, a few minutes later? I still don't taste pepper. So I'm going to add another one. Let me just do one. That way I'll know if it's going to be any good or not. Let's blend it again. Okay. Let's take a taste. Okay, you definitely got a kick. It's not that strong. These peppers were burning in my eyes when I was peeling taking the seeds out. I'm going to add another one. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and use both because that'll be done. It is what it is. I don't taste any. I taste a tiny bit of heat. So may have to modify this recipe. And instead of saying 1/2 fresh jalapeno, I'll redo the video. I think I did 4. I think. Thank goodness that's one reason why I do my videos. I created my channel. So I'm OCD. If I don't have it written down, or if I see it, or repeat, the whole thing, I get confused. Okay. Okay, let's take a taste test. Oh yeah. It's still not overly spicy. That's a good marinade. So clean up my mess in a minute. Let me get we are going to use our marinade. I think this came from my food saver that I bought many years ago. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't use this. Hubby does, but I don't. Again, I'm forced to learn how to cook, so I'm teaching myself how to cook, because hubby said when I retire, which knock on wood will be very soon, in a year to 2, he ain't doing any cooking. I'm going to have to be doing the most of the cooking. He'll do some cooking here and there, but most of the time it's going to be him. It's going to be me cooking. Oh, I've got a big old mess. And I don't want to stick this somewhere where it's going to get all yucky and sticky. So let me find a spot. And grab my scissors. I vacuumed my chicken. I don't no longer use foil when I'm wrapping meat to store in the freezer. I use vacuum seal bags. I'll put a link in the description box to, I have an affiliate with Out of Air bags. And when it comes to chicken, as soon as it comes from the grocery store, I get it out, remove any excess fat on all the chicken, because I don't do fat, period. I do the same thing when it comes to beef, but I do leave at least 1 or 2 pieces of beef with some fat on it, because depending if we're going to grill or we're going to saute. Oops, I don't want that juices to spill. Let me move this over there, get it to fall there. I do leave some fat because the fat really brings out the flavor in your meat when you're doing like a steak or something. So I don't remove all the fat when it comes to steak, but when it comes to chicken, I remove all the fat. Now, if I'm going to grill, I'll label on my freezer bag, chicken with fat, grill only. That way we know it's going to be used for grilling only. Here's my marinade container. And you would think with all that jalapeno, because it is green from the jalapeno. Let me go ahead and get my spoon. I did get it out. Trying to get as much goodiness out of there as I can. Flipping it over to make sure the chicken is underneath it all. You know, we're going to see you in about 4.5 hours when I'm off of work. I'm my lunch break right now. I'm working from home. And I'm off of work. I'm going to wash my hands, clean up my mess, put the lid on this thing, stick it in the fridge. We're going to let it marinate. And then we'll bring you back when we come to the Ninja Foodie and cook it. Then we're going to do the taste test. We'll be right back. Okay, it's been actually 2 days, not 1 day. Life happens. Not going to be able to put it in the Ninja Foodie because hubby's not here and I don't know anything about the machine. And I'm not going to do anything with it until I know he's here. So we're going to do the oven method to cook this with. Got my oven preheating. It says for the oven, preheat to 400 degrees. Lay the chicken on the parchment-lined baking sheet. Bake for 20-25 minutes until the internal temperature reaches 165. Allow the chicken to rest for 5 to 10 minutes before serving. So, let's get this out of my marinated container. I would taste it, but I'm not going to because this is raw chicken. And I don't want to get sick. And I'm saving this goodiness, and I'm going to put it in another container, and I'm going to heat it up, and let's see how it tastes. Because we may want to add this, because a lot of marinades, you want to keep it. So I'm going to put this in another cooking dish and bake it. So we'll bring it back when we do the taste test. Okay, we are back. Of course, because it's a marinade. I did let it rest for 5 minutes before I'm going to do anything with it. It got all toasty on the edges, but that's okay. Let's take I'll take the little one. Hubby's going to get the big one. Look how juicy that is. I'm going to get a little bit of my rice. My rice turned out okay. Hubby had to help me with it, but otherwise it turned out all right. So, chicken and rice. Ooh, yum, 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 yum. Okay, let's see what it tastes like. You ready to eat, honey? He says, yeah. Oh, yay, yay, yay. Look at that. Now let's just check out the flavor. I can smell a little bit of the jalapeno, but it's not overpowering. Let's just see the chicken by itself what it tastes like. Definitely could taste the pineapple and the honey. It's not overly spicy at all. But the leftover sauce, remember I told you I was going to do something with it? And I looked at 3 different sites and it says definitely yes. So you boil it, a rapid boil for 5 minutes, and then you can reuse it. So that was my spoon. Let's pour a little bit of this right here on the side. I gotta be careful because the sauce itself might be too much spice. Let's see. I definitely recommend you pour your extra sauce that's left over after you put your chicken on your cookie sheet. Put in a pot, boil it for a solid 5 minutes, then let it simmer on low for the entire 25 minutes that it takes to cook this chicken. And you're going to be very, very pleased. And you also didn't waste your marinade. But anyway, this is my take on marinated pineapple jalapeno chicken. Thanks so much for watching. Catch you in the next video. Take care now. Bye-bye.